How's it going, guys? Jaime Rodriguez here with NoLongerPyramidsDesign.com. Now stay tuned for JRodAirBrush.com. And today we're going to do one of the most popular airbrush t-shirt designs for the Chicano nation. That is the Smile Now Cry Later. We're going to go ahead and get down and dirty. We're going to do a freehand Smile Now Cry Later, or aka also known as the drama faces. And we're going to show you how I do it. So let's go ahead and get down and dirty and do the aka the Smile Now Cry Later. Alright. So I'm going to go ahead and start off with my gray. I'm going to freehand this and start off with the eyes, ever so softly. And just slowly develop all my midtones for the Smile Now Cry Later. And that's usually what we end up putting on these t-shirts is, you know, laugh now, cry later, smile now, cry later. You know, what else, Mike? Can you think of anything else?
Not right now.
Yeah, yeah. There's all kinds of things to put together on these faces. Good times, bad times. That's another one.
High times, low times.
Yep. Another one. There's so many things you could do. So many ways of wording it. But there are, you know, it doesn't sell like it used to. You know, I used to say it sold like hotcakes, and you know, that's toned down quite a bit over the years. People have started to gravitate more towards the tattoo flavor, the Ed Hardy style. Well, we're having to work a little harder as airbrush artists, and which is fine. It's good for the industry, and it's good for the artist as a whole to have to challenge yourself. And so,
we changed your bikini to bright red.
Oh, I like that. It's a good thing.
Yeah, I just wanted to really stand out.
Yep.
Otherwise, everything looks cool.
Let's see how we're going to transition this. How we're just kind of figuring. I'm winging this as we go along here. So just kind of bear with me as I figure out the composition. Just notice how I'm just lightly using my gray airbrush to define all my shadows and all my line work. Just like so. And we're just trying to stylize and keep it interesting. Again, these are masks, so we want to make sure we keep the effect of the mask look. And as our shapes start to come to life, our line work will start to also come to life as well. Everything will come together. We got the ribbon from the faces, from the masks.
Maybe tonight or tomorrow you can do some YouTube, original website. Oh, okay. Yeah, we were speaking about how
And we might do some with this later on, and something here. If you work light enough, the sketch work will actually work for you because it gives you kind of a hatching style effect. Really starting to come to life now. And we're going to start beefing up the shadows. For the smile now, cry later.
Yeah, I guess so, but you know, you have to move sometimes because when you start touching, you do that.
So I'm coming in, I'm preserving my shadows, my highlights, I mean. And just kind of like chess, planning ahead. Because over all these gray shadows, I'll be coming in with the black and further accenting all the areas, like so. We're here at my mall location in Arizona Mills Mall. Been here for about 11 years now. We're rolling with the punches. We try to stay on top of the designs. We try to pay attention to the market. That way we roll with the punches. Notice the contrast. Very important. Contrast is good to help separate the objects. And we have to pay attention to our light sources. So I'm going real strong on all my shadows. Because now I just noticed that I'm going to go to the left for all my hard shadow areas. In terms of the looseness, that's all up to you, that whole style and technique. And I've been able to kind of come up with my own little way of doing things. You can do it yourself. I have somewhat of a loose style, but I don't limit myself. I try to do it all. That way I'm not, you know, keep myself confined to a certain look and try to, you know, pretty much learn all styles and techniques and try to adapt that to my artwork. Here we got the first teardrop. Like so. We're going to have a bunch of teardrops coming off this piece. To add to the effect of the Smile Now Cry Later, or Laugh Now Cry Later, or whatever you can think of. But in your area, this could be a hot seller. You know, as a Chicano born in the west side of Phoenix, you know, there's a lot of culture, Chicano culture, and this artwork is very well known, including a lot of the Aztec style artwork. And a lot of us young Chicano artists grew up drawing these various designs, whether it be crosses, Virgin Marys, whatever you were drawing. You know, in my case, it was either my original characters or some sort of Chicano art. And we're going to move on to the black. We're going to move on to the black. I'm going to go ahead and go over all our areas that we initially hit with the gray. We're going to stylize our shading as much as possible to create a nice look. Every artist has their touch and how they hit the surface that they're painting on. That's more or less how you can tell who did it, by looking at the style in which the artwork is painted. You know, many times I can look at a work of art and say such and such painted that just because the technique and special effects they're using, or just the technique. Not many people, not many artists use special effects unless you're illustrators or are professional artists at that. Keep in mind, contrast can be very important to your piece. Using the airbrushes from Badger, along with the Tetratex airbrush paint. Very good airbrushes. Very responsive with the detail, especially with the soft shading. That's very important. We're live here at the Mills Mall making it happen. This is what I do day in and day out. Airbrush, you name it, I customize it.
Now what about washing the shirt?
Oh, it's inside out and cold wash.
Got my apprentice behind me, handing out custom t-shirts just ordered.
Okay, sorry, people. Thank you.
Right.
It's all about the art of the line, how we use the line, what the line looks like, how we flare the line out. It all matters in the end. It looks like I got a mimic or an echo in the background. Go right into our shadows, creating the dark into the light. These can be gesture masks. Yeah, they don't have to be necessarily traditional mount later. They can have a gesture style. something I like doing. Gives it a nice little artistic effect. Again, working right into our shadows, creating a nice partnership. Not overpowering the gray, but fading right into the gray. And the ribbon, same thing. Just like so. Tears coming down his face. And the shadows. This side is catching the darkness, so we're going to go a little heavy on the left side of the faces. I'm going to go ahead and end this off with the Smile Now Cry Later. You can get real fancy with the lettering. You can stay legible. Right now, I'm just having fun with the lettering itself. Just doing a more advanced style of lettering, and of course, ending it off with the diamond tip tattoo script that we like to do. Very popular style of script. And then we come back into the gray. And we drop shadow all our letters with the gray. We try not to cut through the letter, and instead we create gaps in between the letter, meaning I come, I stop, I stop, stop. I don't cut through, instead I just stop and go through with a pause. And what that does, it gives a sense of an imaginary white outline or white highlight around the letter because of the style of shadow we're doing. Like so, and we're going to let the ribbon on this kind of border this. We're going to come in with a couple more pinstripes. Like so. And just to finish it off, I'm going to come in with some red. Just really add some contrast to some of the letters to make it really pop. Creating separation from all our objects. Add red to the eyes. Even add red to the tears. It's a good thing, a good way to break it up. Just like so. Took a long time to learn how to pinstripe with the airbrush. But with practice, anything's possible. There you got it, guys. Make it happen. Gonna finish off with some just basic little highlights here and there. Give these faces some life. And we can just come into the preserved highlight area. Give it some highlights. We can go on forever with this, but we're just going to do a short demonstration of how I do this. Go and highlight the letters with real tiny highlights. I'm not going to diamond skip all the letters, and I could, but I'm not going to. We're not going to get that crazy with it, but this is more of just a quick little demonstration of how we do this design freehand. No reference, just right off the cuff. And just go ahead and go back with the gray. Make sure we don't need to add any drop shadows like we do here. Add some final pinstripes wherever we need it. And we're going to go ahead and drop shadow the tears, just like so. And give the tears also some clean highlights, just like so. There you guys got an original from Jaime, guys. Stay tuned for my new site, jrodairbrush.com, and keep posted on my Facebook and YouTube page. Till next time, guys. Appreciate the support. Catch you later.